Hey guys, this is your December forecast from Aries down through Pisces for 2020, December 2020. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do the individual videos. I know that I used to have all of my monthly videos done 2 months in advance, but unfortunately my brain tumor and seizures have come to where I'm not able to do it, so I was late or on the day of last month and the month before, so I'm not able to do longer than say 35 minutes in front of the computer before I become ill. So yeah, too many seizures through this Mercury retrograde, I tell you that. So I'm going to do what I used to do, which is like a mid-month reading. So I'll do that for all the signs for the month of December, but then in the middle of the month I'll do another one as well, so you get everything covered. What I'm going to be focusing on is where the sun is in your sign for the month, but also we'll be looking at the eclipse that is happening tonight and see where that is affecting you. So I will be pulling one tarot card per sign, messages from the angels, and I'm inspired to get the gods and titans cards. So let us get started. Maya, small flowers, if any of you could do the timestamp for me, literally I wouldn't be able to focus to do that. It's a good time psychically with the eclipse that it's sitting in. I've got 5 planets in Gemini. That's probably why it's just I can't have another one. I just can't. Migraine's just awful, but I want to get to your readings and I want to get them out for you. So let's start with Aries. So Aries, look, we're moving into the 9th house today, transitioning into December from the 8th house, which is the other in our life. It is our employer, passive incomes, deadly serious agreements, it's death, marriage, births. It's also taxes and investments and things like that. And we're moving into the 9th house, which is interesting as we move into the 9th, where those are our really strong and intense emotions from the 8th house. And we're moving into the 9th house and been focusing on that area all of December. And that area for you is, your big dreams. It's education. It's a psychological foundation. It is your faith, teaching, exploring, and traveling. Also, you have the exact same in the South Node, which is happening tonight as well. So, there are preconceived ideas that, through some challenge or difficulty will be showing you that this is a time to disconnect from that and remove what no longer serves you. So for you, yes, we've got the Hierophant. This is children. This is officiality. This is dating. So being a major arcana card, this is a major moment for you, between 8 and 9. 9 is pregnancy, it's expansion. So what is between you and your other with the discussion of children, discussions of births, deaths, marriages? Are we wanting to get divorced? Are we wanting to have children? Are we discussing, something from the past? And as we're going in there, so if we're talking about, teaching, traveling, all those kinds of things, the Hierophant is about that formality, that process, that litigation to actually get there. So you might have to, go through a formal process of quarantine, shots to get to another country, filling in the paperwork, any kind of immigration. This is about teaching. It's about filling in those forms, getting through the formality. So you might be graduating, licenses, all those kinds of things as well. We do have the Gemini aspect on this as well. And now the 5 is children. So, maybe we're seeing some more formal about it. Maybe we're getting a decision. This is a major arcana card in the month of December. So there's a major change here, and it may be coming from this eclipse as well. So your Enduring Victory messages from the angels, Aries, is 2 cards for you, so leading you towards the answer and dreams for you and your children. So we've got another children card. And Maya, this is about the study, so it's definitely in this area for you, expanding wastelands as in children, or it's about education, you're learning, teaching, or taking part in. This is also about looking into the finer detail, like I said, any kind of legalities or any formality. Get that second opinion. Don't cheat yourself through the forbidden fruit, the easy way out. Gods and Titans for you is Typhon. Anger and rage, which this is definitely part of the eclipse. We've got the feminine and the masculine. They're vying for attention, the competition there, who's right, who's on top. Well, it is a lunar eclipse, so the emotions are high, but the moon, rules overall. So, also in the angles that are going on, this is a time where we go to self-destructive habits and tendencies. This is a time where we put ultimatums out there. This is a time where outbursts and aggression and violence and miscommunication in those areas, like I said, teaching, learning, travel, expanding waistlines, anything fundamental, and ninth house is psychological, deep below the surface, unconscious. So in those areas there, look and research into it, speak to a professional, get second advice, don't miss these steps, don't try and cheat your way out of it, answer of your prayers, and we're going through some kind of formality in that area for you. So now we're going to move to Taurus. Taurus, this is going from the 7th into your 8th house. So we're looking at changing jobs. We're looking at talking to your employer about more money. We're looking at deadly serious agreements to do with births, deaths, marriages, all of what I said before for Aries. So, this is about passive income. This is about investments and what your future can look like in that area. So the sun is shining on that. So you might be feeling right now that commitment there, is a bit wishy-washy. You've changed your mind, or something has come up that has made you feel like there is a change here. 2 cards for you. Pregnancy, ending a cycle or starting a cycle is what is come up for you, and even the support you get. So maybe you had all the support when you were deciding to do this, and now it's being taken away. Or when you started this was the cycle of your mind and your training and what life looked like, and now we're coming to a part where is that that may not be there anymore. Again, we're looking at pregnancy as well. We're at 8th house, which is birthdays, marriages, so divorce. We're coming to we're starting that cycle, we're coming to the end of that, end of our family, if it's divorce, that kind of thing. And Athena is about being powerful. It's about trusting your intuition. In Taurus, you are insecure. It is part of your dual role. It is about your salary. It is your values, what is valuable to you, what will and will not cross the line there. So this is saying trust your instinct, believe in you. Good time on this eclipse for you to unblock those emotional destructive tendencies that you have, which get you in your way all the time. So this is a karmic eclipse. So if you focus just on how can this benefit me, how am I emotionally feeling right now, stop, start, look in the mirror and just say, what is going on in my life right now? And I know that I've got a lot of pressure on me right now, but this is something for me to look at, because your South Node and your Sun are sitting in exactly the same place all of December. So this is something we need to stop. We need to have an end of and going into the new process there. So while you're sitting in the 8th house, Taurus, then this is a time for you to have a look at that area, and you're going to be having those discussions. Your tarot card is... So yeah, this is with partnerships. Maybe there's some counseling there. 3rd house as well, which is what's being activated with Gemini. But this is about your money. This is contracts. This is competition. This is promoting yourself. This is getting the expert in it and having that discussion. And love, this is about counseling. So again, we're in the 8th house, which is birthdays, marriages, my other, or my employer, investments, the future, those are the serious agreements. 3rd house is success through communication and discussion and negotiation. It's about getting the professional in, but we're also looking like we're in a church here. So this is all about that faith as well, having the faith, changing the faith, looking into your faith as well in that area. It is also on a small part about your community as well in that area. It's also small education as well, so maybe you're looking into advice on what you can do in that area. During virtue, messages from the angels is 3 cards for you. Again, we just got this one for Aries. So this is being, secure in yourself. This is about you trusting that. It is about your insecurity that you do hold in, and to trust that as well. And, maybe it's time to end those insecurities that get in the way of your, your marriage, your parenting, any deadly serious agreements, things with you in your career and your employers. Don't be afraid to say, look, I'm worth more. Give me more if you want me to sign, if you want me to stay. Carissa says you're at the end of your cycle as well. And Desiree says no. No is the answer at this time. Now, you got chaos. God is set. So again, there's chaos in this area, you know, people around. Maybe this is making it swim, vertigo around your mind through this eclipse, and that's where you need to make these changes. Now we're going over to Gemini. Gemini is sitting in the 7th house for you. This is your commitment. This is your contracts. This is legalities. This is balancing out. Now, this eclipse is happening in your sign, so this is all mental, you know. There can be anxiety, stress, depression, seizures, migraines, any kind of outburst to others, to you, or you and others as well. But the 7th house is about those legalities, the other side of that partnership and the commitment that we have there with it. And also, like I said, South Node is sitting in the exact same place. So where do you need to cut that? Where do you need to let go of that journey that you've had, or the idea that you've had with that journey? You know, some of this can be about your projects, or this can be about having children, or in a dating life where you need to take action in there. Well, your North Node says that you're getting a brand new title. So is there a divorce here? Are we getting married here? Are we starting a new job? What are we doing, Gemini? Your card is Page of Cups. So this is money flowing. So this should be in a positive way for you. This is about having a little bit of luxury. In love, this is about exciting new prospects and options around there, maybe a fresh start. Now, this is someone who can be a little bit flamboyant, a little bit creative, likes to dress well, and again is a water sign. During virtue messages from the angels, you have a victory here. So we've got money flowing. We've got the corporate victory card here. So this is winning that court case, winning that contract, getting that pay raise. You know, whatever it is, we are winning here, and the other card is crystal. So, you know, with an eclipse, there is going to be a hidden element there because one's covering the other. This card, crystal, says, hey, hello, hang on, calm down, have faith and hope, because I can see what's on the horizon and you cannot. So now we are going to go on to Cancer. Cancer, this is moving into your 5th house, which is about your career. It's what you do for the day. It is your body. It is your routine, and how you take care of others in your life. And so the sun is moving into there from your 5th house, which is about your projects, your sports, your dating, and your siblings. So we've moved from that. That's been the focus. We're moving into the 6th house here. So be careful of any kind of injuries, or overdoing it, or overworking your body, overworking at your job, where it's going to affect you in the home. There could be an issue this month where if you're taking care of others, you might find that it's a real struggle with that time. Your South Node's looking at that and saying, look, your day needs to change. Okay, your routine needs to change. And because this is karmic, this is about mindset. So there might be blowouts, there might be arguments which force that change. Maybe you issue, or they issue, an ultimatum which cuts that, and then we have to make that change. Where Mars is asking you to take action is in your 4th house of home, roots, heritage. It's also the psychological fundamental foundations that you got through your childhood. You know, enough already. Let it go. Let that baggage that you had go. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, and we've got the 3 of Pentacles. This one here is about money. Pentacles are money and physical wellness as well. 3 is success, is competition. We need to talk to someone, a counselor, someone in faith, someone in a position where you can get some advice, because this card here says that there is success through communication, through talking, Cancer. And this card here, Queen of Pentacles, says, look, again, money and physical self, we're working on what our future, our garden looks like, and through that change in your routine. This can be habits for your health. This could be exercise in your health, or maybe you're doing it to laying it on a bit thick. This is about your job or your routine and what you do during the day. Again, do we need to change that? Are we going to be fired? Are we going to quit? Are we going to start looking for a new job? Are we going to get a job? What does our day look like? Because there needs to be a change there, and you're ready to make that change, and you just need to relax into that for you. Drawing virtue messages from the angels, Cancer, is your North Node says you're at an end of a cycle, and so your day has to change. End of story, Cancer. It has to change, and through this eclipse you're going to see why and how, and that's what's going to happen. Okay, so I'll choose another card as well. This one here, Cancer, says, look, a loss of a child, or, you know, your own child or a sibling, that is highlighted in part of your decisions. You know, what has changed since that happened, or, you know, you're missing someone, you know, something, even for some of you, this could be your childhood, because we are talking about 6 in the 4th house here, and we're talking about an end of a cycle, and what your day looked like has to change. So does this stem back to 2017 or 2000, and anywhere from 2017 through to 2020? And Ariel is talking about your psychic self. So what this is saying, it's saying, hey, you know, your day has to change, and through this loss that you've had, in any way, that there has to be a change here. And it's going to happen with this eclipse, whether you like it or not. Your Jizzo, your god is Jizzo. It's talking about support. Like I said, we're going to go and look for that support, and it will help you win, beat the competition, gain yourself success, 3rd house success, by talking to somebody else. You may need to pay some money for that. Now we're going to go to Leo. Leo, love life, siblings, children, and sports. That's what you're focused on all month. But last month you were focused on your health. You've got 3 cards as well. Okay, so you are going to get an offer here. This is passion. So we're talking about your sex life, your dating life. You're going to meet someone really hot, Leo. This is sex. This is Phallus card. This is sex. You know, any other area, sports, siblings, there's going to be an offer extended to you. Now this card says, just be careful that you're not being led on by someone who's going to play some games, and also don't you play games as well. Now, if we're talking in the other areas, make sure you're on the team. Make sure that you're on the same page as the other person that's in this, because you might find, again on eclipses, things are hidden. You get some information, but some is hidden, so be careful you're not taken for a ride. Knight of Cups says, look, expect that there's going to be some change. Expect in your dating life that you're going to be swept off your feet, but also keep yourself grounded as well. Now, in terms of the other areas for you, that is, okay, expect a warm welcome. But remember, keep an eye on the details. We don't want you to be ripped off. During virtue messages from the angels, Leo, is so somewhere in your groups, your online process, and some of your dreams, they are going to have opportunities there. But the idea of how you've dated before, the idea of how you've done projects or sports before, and even relationships with your siblings, they have to change. They have to go. We have the yes card for you. Woohoo! That's wonderful. And Patience says, take your time, because the yes is there. Your God card, Leo, is Aries, God of War. Get out there, be competitive, take what's yours, you shine, have a strategy. You know, we need to have that strategy, we need to have that plan to be able to win and to get there. Virgo, yours is gone from the 3rd house into the 4th house, so you're looking at your home, your residence, flatmates, you're looking at what your physical home and family looks like all of this month. That's going to take the highlight for you. But on the other side of that is your 4th house of fundamental psychological foundations that you grew up with through your childhood, and they are going to come to play during this eclipse. And there's going to be some challenging times where you're going to recognize that and going to change ideas, change the path through that this month. You are also letting go of those ideas, and you're going to learn to be a bit more ambitious. You're going to learn to stand on your own 2 feet, and it will provide success as soon as you let those self-destructive tendencies or anything that you've grown up with from these fundamental foundations that have stopped you. You're going to be able to find that. Now, the way to do that is through partnership, a duo, or even a salary to go with that. Your tarot card is the 4th house. So you've got a lot on your mind, piercing thoughts on your mind. This has laid you out. You have got one thing that you've laid to rest. The other 3 is still piercing your mind. This is about taking a break, especially over the eclipse. Take a break. Just cut off for the next 3 days and don't engage. This is also about strategy as well. It's recovering from mental illness, recovering from your finances. It's also about mental stability as well. And like I said, what you let go of about those past things that you grew up with that have stuck with you doggedly, that have been stopping you, just be honest with yourself and let it go. We all have faults. You look at your faults, you say, I don't want that anymore. It's not working for me. I've got to go. And there is some confusion when it comes to your home as well. So again, eclipses bring information, but they also hide it as well. So make sure you get all the details in writing just in case confusion around your home. Your card is Zeus. Leadership. Well, Virgo, that is you in a absolute nutshell. Virgos like to lead. They are analytical. They are on top. They can remove emotion and can actually come across as quite cold. But you have leadership. You are Zeus. This is time for you to stand up, take control of your life, take control of your emotions and your mind. Get rid of those that ego and self-destructive tendencies, and you're going to see success is going to come from there. It is the moment. The 10th house is an ambitious moment in your career, your title, your fame, and how you're seen. This is where you have to let go of any fears that came from your childhood or from past lives as well. Now we are going into Libra. Libra, you're in the 3rd house. So this is your communication. Incidentally, eclipses in the 3rd house as well. So be careful of people yelling at you or being violent and aggressive, because the 3rd house is about communication of all sorts. It's thinking of all sorts, perspective of all sorts. It's learning and creativity in that area and in your local community as well, your local area, and ideas as well. So this is where the sun is shining for you all of this month, that you want to have a new role, a new title, a new area, or even a new course for you. What you need to, this is working towards your big dreams. So, the karma on this moon is telling you to let go of the small things. You're ready to graduate and to look at in the North Node, which is your biggest hopes and dreams, expansion of the mind, expansion of your money, getting more, travel, again, the psychological foundations that you learned in your childhood that have actually stopped you from getting there. So that's what you're focusing on. Your card is the Hierophant card. Watch your sun, moon, and rising. I got this one for Aries, I think. This is about a formal graduation, a formal ceremony, going through some sort of formality in that area of 3, the communication. Major Arcana card, major moment for you this month. Now your adoring virtue, Libra, is, again, this could be in front of the courts. This could be competition, winning out overall. But there is a formality involved. Okay, you've got Christelle. So whatever this eclipse brings to you, have faith and hope, because this has to happen. It has to happen because on the other side of this, it's all yours. Your God card this month, Libra, is... You've got 3 God cards, so remember that. Poseidon is go with the flow. So, aggressive this week. This last week I had 2 violent, aggressive things happen in my work. One full-out brawl and outbursts that I don't understand from other people, because I have 5 planets in Gemini, and that's where the eclipse is happening. So it's been leading up to it. So you might find the same, or you're actually having that. Obsessive tendencies, migraines, seizures, anything, activity in the brain, confusion, all those kinds of things. Maybe even feeling a bit spaced out, like you've popped a bulb. So going with the flow. Then we have Hades, which is death. Remember, we have to let go of the old ideas, the old titles, the old self, so that we can move into the future and show that leadership with Zeus. Take control. Now we're moving to Scorpio. Scorpio, it's looking at your partnerships and your salary, your internal value and your own insecurities. It's going to be shined a light in front of that. So how is that eclipse going to work for you, Scorpio? Also, this is agreements as well. When it comes to money, and also we got a second chance here as well. So when we're talking about our salaries, and we're talking about our contracts, and we're talking about our partnerships and unions, work and love, then we have some confusion here because we don't have all the details. But we do have some sort of bonus, some sort of good news. We just don't know what all the business is about. Now, some of us have been out of focus in what this looks like and how we feel about this emotionally. Well, things are going to start to come clear about that. And we do have the King of Swords, which is about reconciliation. It is about getting a second chance in all of those areas as well. So it's also about 2 messages coming up in the month of December to help you in that area. Now, don't forget, it's sitting in the same area as your south node, and your north node is sitting in the 8th house. So that's what the eclipses are looking at. So we've got a major eclipse going on right now. And so the 2nd and the 8th house, when you put them together, this is about my partnership with my employment, my partnership with my deadly serious agreements, my partnership with the other in my life. And it's also, 8 is intensity, and all the way down, 2nd house is our insecurities as well. So we're looking at those areas in our life and we're saying, what part of that cycle do I need to cut? Because it's going to be cut for you if you don't make the decision. And we've got to look at that 8th house and all those things we were looking at, our other, our boss, our deadly serious agreements, and our own intensity, passive income. And we're going to have opportunity there because of this action is going to bring us forward in there. Your God card is... Oh my goodness, you've got 4 cards. So we've got travel here. So there might be travel involved in the area. It's Garuda, but Garuda is also about that, that dual, transition on the inside as well. Prometheus is about altruism, so maybe we're signing up and we're giving back. Signing up with something that can be charitable, or we're giving back, or someone's giving us back. Because remember, this is partnerships, and we're talking about our bosses and the other. So if this is going to be between partners, then maybe we're going to give each other a bit more space, a bit more rope, a bit more negotiation. That thing there. With our work, maybe the boss is going to give us a free course, or going to give us some guidance, or I am to others. We've got Shiva, the destroyer. Again, we need to destroy those links, and Aries is the god of war, which is in those areas. If we want that partnership, if we want that success, we have to destroy who we were and step in with a strategy and a routine to gain that success. Now we're moving into Sagittarius. Sagittarius, it's the 1st house for you. This is about how you shine, who you are, and how you're being seen, and your title. So there is going to be a change there on this eclipse leading into December. You've got the Lovers card here. We're not on the same page. There has been some complication, more than it needed to be. That is going to be wiped out. How's it going to be wiped out? Well, the Lovers card is a major arcana card. And it is about your partnerships. It is about money, and it's about difficulties within yourself with that balance, that, feminine and masculine, which is the moon and the sun, and that dual role. So this is going to be quite personal for you, Sagittarius. But there is a new title here. This is, a partnerships with your work, partnerships and unions with your work or the other in your life, but it's also your finances as well. So the North Node is bringing you commitment and legalities in the 7th house with love or work or finances. So just what we talked about. And again, you're going to have to let go of the old, because you are going to be a new. It's just going to happen. Your Adoring Virtue messages from the angels, Sagittarius, is, and online. Take action online. Take action with those groups and your friends and any kind of networks that you have, because this will help you to get that new title. It will help you to win that legality and to get that commitment. That is the secret for you. 2 cards for you is miraculous solution here, so you are going to have that win. And Athena says, why can't you trust yourself to make the right decisions? Look in the mirror, be honest with yourself, because you have to let something go. You have to have that new title, okay? You can be powerful enough to get rid of what, your fault are. Everyone has faults. Or be powerful to step into something that is unknown. What you're leaving behind can be scary. You are powerful enough to have that. God of War card for you, Sagittarius, is you've got to as well. There has to be that sacrifice, and it has to be through communications to get that. So Mithras says, well, there has to be a sacrifice. Something has to die for me to get that new title. Whether we like it or not, it's gone. Hermes is about that communication, not just communication with others. Like I said, get those friends, get those groups, get on that network, get on that online to be able to win. But it's also communication. Be with yourself and understand. Don't lie to yourself. Look in the mirror. What do I do to get in my way? What have I always done, and how has this resulted in this action for me right now, this situation for me? I need to change something. Okay, I need to be honest and communicate with myself, because I want to win. I want to feel good. That is going to be your dilemma this month, Sagittarius. And you are going to have what you want. but you are going to have to be strong and powerful to do it, Capricorn. There are ends of cycles this month. It's going to be a psychic time for you this month as well. You've got a bunch of cards full out. So you've got the Death card, which is about transformation and rebirth. Something about your life is coming to an end. Now, this could be you're finishing this year, finishing your contract. Through this eclipse or through growth that you've had, you're leaving that chrysalis behind and you're stepping into this new thing and you're taking over. There is a formality here. There's a handing over when it comes to this as well. The 12th house is also letting go of our ego, self-destructive patterns. It is about, you know, there could be some unexpected payments that are due this month as well. But it's ending that cycle and moving forward, but it is the closest to the fade, so expect psychic and intuition this month as well. But something has to be let go, and your opportunities are coming in through your health and in your day and routine and work this month. So there is going to be a change there. So maybe you're finished, you're graduating, and now can go into employment. Maybe someone suddenly quit and you get their job. Okay, so we do have the Two of Wands, which is again about partnerships. It's about contracts. It's about a dual role. So this is work or love. And it's looking out and thinking, well, can I be bothered? Is this something I want to be in? Because, you know, maybe it's come to an end. Or what do I need to move? You know, actually physically travel or just move my mind when it comes to my partnerships. Am I putting value into something that doesn't need to have that value? Am I having my insecurities making me do that? Or is this relationship making me feel like that? What is the bottom line for you? Working with this other, is it going to advance you to where you need to be if it comes to projects or finances or career? Maybe you are signing something to be able to move. So the 12th house end of cycle could be, I'm no longer renting, I'm buying a house. I no longer own, I'm actually going into rental. I'm no longer living alone, I'm moving in with something, because there's something here that involves two that I'm ending from before. Empress card, Major Arcana card this month. This is about money. This is about bank. This is about being relaxed about our future. This is also about babies as well. So maybe we're moving into their 6th house is our health as well. So adopting new routines and strategies will help you there if it's in pregnancy, but also in your health as well, and take that stress off because of work. And you've got another Major Arcana card, which is the Hierophant card. So this is a formality and an expert and some sort of graduation. This is your money, this is your success, this is your wealth, this is your feeling good about yourself. The second and the 5th and the 3rd house here, and a change here, a move here, a shift here with another, which is, you know, coming to an end and is going to advance you in that area. Your drawing virtue messages from the angels, Capricorn, is 2 cards for you. Have patience. We've got to study. We've got to ask an expert. We've got to look and research into those details to be able to get there. Zaina says you're protected at your home and protected within yourself. Stop worrying. You are good enough. Stop hearing that from yourself. That second, that partnership there may be making you feel like you're doing all the work or that you're not valuable. Archangel Raphael says again, this is health. There might be a health issue that comes up this month, or advancement in health, that's a health issue that's already been there. Your God card, Capricorn, is, oh, I want this one, Freya. Freya is, babies. So just like the Empress card. But Freya is about nurturing. She is about connecting. She's the consciousness. She's the emotion. She is the healing the body. 12th house end of cycle. So where are we moving forward where we need Freya to give us that love? Because she is going to be your God this month, Capricorn, to help you out. Now we're going on to Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius sun sign, so I love you. I also love Pisces as well because it's my rising sign. Okay, it's in groups. It's the community. It's in your sign. Groups, community. It is online. It is building your following. It is your dreams and goals and working yourself out there, building, networks and a name for yourself, conferences, all of those different things. They will help you, and you will have a lot going on in that area. So maybe it's a public event. Maybe you're going to a networking conference. Maybe you have a larger following. Maybe it's your groups and friends that support you and where it is that you need to go. Now, somewhere in that you need to leave some of the old. So you might find that you are losing a friend, or you're losing a community, or you're losing a network, or you have to be able to get into the fifth house, which is your projects, your sports, your children, dating life, and siblings, dating, children, projects, and sport. Projects. So if we're talking about that, that's where, we talk to those groups and that thing so that we can get onto that path, because that is where we want to actually move. So your tarot card, Knight of Wands, wealth. So this event, this community, this group, this following, this is a good month for you, a good fame. So something unexpected around this eclipse is going to bring that for you, no matter how it starts. This is a time where you have to look at the mental and what you've got to let go of. Look in the mirror. What are we doing to ourselves we don't want to admit? We know we're doing it, but we keep on doing it because maybe we're a victim. Maybe we are stuck in this habit. Go and use my free hypnosis. It's down below. So this is going to be a fame and fortune month, making friends and influencing people, great projects, big events, and a turnout there. And you'll getting to those deepest dreams and goals. So your angel message cards you have, I'm very excited because I'm an Aquarius sun sign. 2 cards for you, rising above the competition, fame, and absolutely wonderful. Look, people are going to gossip about, people are going to call you names, people are like, what's behind your back? But it doesn't matter, because you are shining, and Omega is a big win with the corporations. So everything I just said, both of those cards have confirmed it, no matter how it starts. That's what we're focusing on all month. Your God card. This one, and these two. Some of these Sun, Moon, and Risings have had 4 cards, so do check it. So Hermes, which is about communication, everything I just said. So you've got to communicate. You've got to communicate effectively, not only with others in groups and in front of crowds and shit like that, but also with yourself. The right word, Midas touch, right message. I've had an awful lot of seizures and downloads psychically, which is why I've been having difficulty doing this, because I'll do it and then I'll have a major seizure and then I can't use my mind. So that kind of communication, but it's been really accurate and really powerful as well. So you're having these downloads, and the spaced out bit going on as well. Thoth, wisdom. Have the wisdom, use the wisdom, ask for help. How can wisdom be applied? What you've learned, what you apply. We also have Mithras, which is sacrifice. You've sacrificed a lot to get where you are, Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. I lost my entire life. You also give great sacrifice to help the community. This is the community. 11th house is community. It is the people. Aquarius, you are humanity. You do bring the message. You do bring the health to the community. You're part of the group, and also you can be the introvert, the opposite side of that. So the life of the party, but very alone, and want to be alone sometimes when you want to. We've got to focus and have that wisdom. We've got to get out there, and we're going to have a great month for you. Now, in that 5th house, what we're going to have luck in is we're going to have luck in love and dating, in our projects, in our sports, and with our children and siblings. Pisces, you're focused on your career, your ambition, your stance. This is a time for you where you are able to let those fundamental, foundational things that you've grown up with, those things that you fear, those things that have blocked you, that insecurity, these ideas that you've thought were always true, and now with an older self, an older, wiser self, you can see, actually that hasn't been helping me. I got to let that go, because your home and your country are bringing in for you great success and opportunity. What you need to let go of is the old ideas of how to get that fame and fortune, those old titles, the old, things that were there in our finances and in our career. There has to be an end there because this is a time of success for you on that. Now, your tarot card for your career and success this month, what does that look like, Pisces? I'm a Pisces rising. Oh my God, that's a lot of cards. So feeling insecure right now and emotional because things have not been great. Trust me, things are leading up to here. Okay, you might regret what you're doing or second guess what you're doing because, emotionally you're tired. People have been yelling all the time. There's been some conflict. People just want to pull. And this is also the fourth house, which is where there's opportunity coming in. You're not ready to apologize or accept an apology, or you're trying to give one and no one's trying to hear it. This is about that insecurity in that spot. Are you feeling that way right now? Because our dating life and our projects and our sports and, there's some conflict there. People aren't, on board with you. There has been some issue. Maybe there's been some jealousy or some backbiting, that's making you feel, do I really want to do this? Or they're against me, that kind of thing. There's been issues, Mercury retrograde, and then this happening as well. There's been setbacks, there's been issues, there's been, all sorts of things leading up to and wanting to have this success. Okay, well, ruling goes your way. Look at that, Major Arcana card. Major Arcana card for you this month. Major moment, ruling going in your way. This is the 11th house as well, which is in the spotlight, fame, fortune, any kind of legalities, any kind of community thing. This is online. This is our greatest hopes and dreams. And you have the Page of Pentacles, which is an offer of physical or tangible help, sponsors, bonuses, with your ambitions, that it's there, money is flying. You might be offered some perks as well. Queen of Pentacles says, oh my goodness, you're so relaxed about what your future looks like because you are growing that garden. You're putting that investment in. This is you, relaxed and reclined, sitting there with your money and your health and what your world looks like. You're looking down at it. You are relaxed about it all. You've had that offer, that win. You've got the money. You've got the luxury around you. You've got that win, even after those setbacks and issues around you and feeling insecure about that. Now your adoring virtue. Messages from the angels, Pisces, is... Okay, so stop being negative. Stop letting that emotional four cups get you down. Stop it. After this eclipse, you're going to feel a lot stronger. And I'm saying this to you because I'm saying it to myself as well. I'm a Pisces. This insecurity, things haven't been going well. People you've been working around, co-workers, they can be a bit cunty sometimes, or they say things sometimes. And don't let it, even the community. Last week was so violent and aggressive. I had 3 incidences in 1 week directed at me in the shop. And I'm like, what is going on? Well, it's the eclipse and people are just acting out and outbursts and things like that. So maybe you're dealing with that there as well. Friend Brigitte says, be cautious, and your loved one's telling you, I'm here with you and I'm being loved with you and I'm supporting you in this area. But be cautious here. Do your research. Check your contracts. Don't try and cheat your way out or take that forbidden fruit, which is the quick way. Do the research. Get in touch with yourself. Speak to someone. Get that expert advice. Now, your God card for you, Pisces, for December is... Do watch Sun, Moon and Rising because a few of these cards have had a few. We've got communication for you and inventiveness. So communicate, but not just with the people around you, and give those speeches and be in the public eye and be famed, because this 10th house is your career. Communicate your message and be strong with your words. Don't fly by the night. Think about it before you do it. But it's also communicate to your boss or in your career. What do I want? Say it out loud. You're going to manifest it. It's yours. But that communication with your loved ones and your family, but the communication within yourself. So we know that we've had some difficulties and we have to let down that, 4 of cups and the fundamental foundations of what things look like before. We need to communicate because in this eclipse, it is in the mindset. It is in the thoughts and the depression and the community and the wavelengths and how we communicate. That is changing, and the communication is the key to get there. Vulcan is that inventiveness. So how can you make that work for you? How can you make a change in your career? What can you do? I mean, look at this guy. He's got a hammer. He's changing his tools. What tools can you change? What can you bring in? You know, is there a more alternative thing to in your career? Do you need hypnosis to, you know, to have that power and the motivation and lose procrastination? Do you need it to get in tune with your body and your mind so that you can come up with more things? What tools do you need to bring into your career that are going to help you win there? So be kind to you and those you love. I'm sorry I can't do the individual ones. This one's already gone over the time. I'm only allowed to do 35 minutes and I have to go and look at the tree so I don't have a seizure. But I love you. I knew it had to be done. I wanted it to get to be done. So, you know, I'll take, you know, it was worth it. So I'll take it. So big hugs and kisses. And from Jedi Sage Jake, may the force be with you.